Solomon Davis, right side trader. Today is April 20th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that's suitable for you. Then get training. Here, let me show you something that I've been trying to help you guys with and all. Little pullback, bearish engulfing. Trending down, just a little pullback. 2 months wiped out. Who let the bears out? Bears engulfing at the top. That's a warning sign, letting you know that we're at the top of the market and we may be turning down. But let's get on with this market review and see what else we see this week. All right, let me just jump right on here. I don't know why. Maximize this and our quarterly picture. Our quarterly picture, we got at an R1 on the Dow. That was our first warning sign. We couldn't cross the R1 on a yearly pivot. There's a guy out there who actually sells a service. I think that's what he does. He sells a service about giving these big hedge funds and all. I think that's what he does. I should try to contact that guy. I went to school with him, and I used to see him out there. I don't see him out there as much anymore and all. But this is what he does. He warns them that you're at a quarterly pivot and maybe you should take a little bit off the table, or you should actually put your stops in place because you're at a point of resistance in the market. And this is what usually happens. Again, you don't want to give back money after you have made money. I added a couple moving averages on here. It's just a 5 and a 10. If somebody doesn't like this, somebody's kind of saying, oh, maybe you shouldn't show that. We're showing other people that and they're paying for this I will remove them. So again, this may not stay up there forever. But this is something that I use myself. I usually don't show them, but again, I'm just showing you that this is a couple different moving averages that we use. We use a different one. I use a different one on the monthly also, but this is the one that I use, like using on the quarterly. They're kind of like giving me that extra confirmation, or that extra confidence about where I should be at in my trades and all. But let's go ahead and go down to the monthly chart and see what we see there. On the monthly chart, we can see that we are still above the 10 moving average or 9 moving average. But the other thing here on the monthly chart, they gave you another sign. It was just $10 off, less than $10 off the high, and we came down and we broke a pivot. On the quarterly pivot. This quarter we had started off red, and then once you was above pivot, I look for you to stay above pivot. But if you end up closing below pivot, there's a high chance that you might end up doing what a lot of people say. You're going to go through that pivot and go down to the next level, and that's support 1 right here. So it did come down here to support 1, and here at the end of this week, option expiration week, ended up closing right here at this level, and I'm close enough to say right here at this level. It went a little bit below and came back above. But the thing is, what is going to happen? We're still early in the month. Will this thing end up coming down here and kissing this 10 and coming back up? Again, based on your trading plan, your trading strategy, do what you need to do. All right, let's go ahead and look at this weekly chart and see what we see here on this weekly chart. Again, weekly chart, monthly pivots. We had a bearish looking pattern. I said call it something, whatever you want to call it. The bears are out. That's what. Again, you could tell by the end of this week how much this thing had pushed down, that something was actually going on, and we actually got commitment, got confirmation of that, and now things are kind of slowing down, really. We got a nice little pullback and stuff. Although we still do have a lower high and a lower low on these weekly candles, so we got to see what's going to happen next week. Is this thing going to continue down? The other little thing that I've been giving out, if you don't watch all my videos, just a few of my videos, and this is the only one that you watch, you need to see, based on pivots, monthly pivots on a weekly chart, how often does the market actually goes down below an R3 level? This is why I only use R3 but there is an R4 and an R5 that can actually be calculated But R3 usually is the most significant one and when it comes to these pivots that you usually get a nice bounce. See how often that happens, or does it actually go below that? That's one of the things you need to look out for next week. Is this thing going to continue, or are we going to start getting an early bounce, or is this the bounce All right, but that's all I see here on that weekly chart. Let's go down to the daily noise and wrap this on up. On the daily noise, all we had was red and a little green on Friday. Friday we had, actually, see, that's why I'm saying on Friday, but it was like expiration Friday. So we ended up with a higher low and almost a higher high with going with the wicks and definitely with the bodies and all. But come next week, we might be opening up below pivot. If we open up below pivot, I would be expecting it to stay below pivot, and this thing can come out and knock out these bottoms, and then we will be end up going lower. But if we end up opening above pivot, we can start seeing this market. Maybe it's time for it to reverse around. And that's what I see. This is Solomon, right side trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys having a great weekend. Happy 420 to you guys who indulge in the 420 stuff. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.